You can feel the tension even before the first clue appears. Bright lights flood the stage. The iconic board glows in shades of blue. 3 contestants stand behind their podiums, hands ready, eyes sharp, waiting for that moment. And then it begins. "Let's continue," the host says calmly, with that familiar tone of quiet authority. In Tame Impala for 1600, a pause, just long enough to build anticipation. The clue appears on the board. It seems simple at first glance, but this is the kind of game where nothing is ever as easy as it looks. Jeff leans slightly forward. His finger hovers near the buzzer. You can almost hear his heartbeat sinking with the ticking silence. And then he buzzes in. Jeff, a brief inhale, a flicker of confidence. What is melt? There's a split second where everything freezes. The host nods. Right. And just like that, the energy shifts. Jeff gains momentum. Not just points, but presence. You can almost feel it. That small victory changes the rhythm of the game. But this is only the beginning. Let's stay in the category, the host continues. In Tame Impala for 2000, now the stakes are higher. The board reveals another clue. It's a marine snail. Very hard to pry off a rock. Silence again, but this time, it's heavier. Jamie glances at Donna. Donna stares straight ahead. Jeff looks focused, but there's hesitation now. This clue, it's trickier. And then Jeff buzzes again. Jeff, he answers quickly this time. What is a barnacle? A confident guess, but not quite. The host shakes his head gently. No, that one word lands hard. You can almost feel Jeff recalculating everything in his mind. But the game doesn't stop. Jamie or Donna? Now the pressure shifts. Donna presses her buzzer. There's a moment of uncertainty in her eyes, but also determination. It's the incredible limpet. The host smiles. That's correct. And just like that, the balance shifts again. That's the nature of this game. It's never static. It moves like a tide, pulling one player forward, then another. And you start to realize it's not just about knowledge. It's about timing, judgment, nerve. But what happens next would change the entire flow of the round. The board resets, glowing softly under the studio lights. You can almost feel the contestants settling into a rhythm, but also bracing for what's coming. Because in this game, momentum is fragile. Back to the board, the host says. In Tame Impala for 1200, another clue appears. In the 14th century, the increased power of weapons led to chain mail giving way to this type of armor. This one feels different, more grounded, more historical. Jamie's eyes light up instantly. There's no hesitation this time. Buzz, Jamie. Confidence radiates from him now. What is plate armor? A clean delivery, no second guessing. The host nods almost immediately. Yes, plate is correct. And just like that, Jamie steps forward in the game. You can almost feel the shift in posture, the subtle rise in confidence. These small wins, they build something bigger. They create momentum. And momentum can win games. Let's do in Tame Impala for 800, Jamie continues, now in control. Donna watches carefully. Jeff adjusts his stance. The energy is tightening again. The clue appears. A simpler one this time, but sometimes those are the most dangerous. Donna buzzes in. Quick. Precise. What is a palm? The host smiles. That's it. And again, the board shifts. Points move. Leads change. But more importantly, the psychological game deepens. You can almost sense it now. Each contestant is no longer just answering questions. They're reading each other, watching patterns, waiting for mistakes. And here's the thing, you can feel it too. Even as a viewer, you start predicting, anticipating, second-guessing. That's the magic of it. But the round isn't over yet. Not even close. Because one more clue is waiting. And it might seem small, but sometimes the smallest clues carry the biggest impact. In Tame Impala for 400, the lowest value on the board. But don't let that fool you. These clues often come with hidden traps. The board reveals the final prompt in the category. Jamie is ready. Almost too ready. Buzz Jamie. What is an item? There's a pause. A strange one. The kind that makes you question everything. The host tilts his head slightly. Yeah, a soft confirmation. But the moment lingers. What is an item? Yeah. It echoes slightly awkward, slightly uncertain. And yet, it counts. Points are points. Still, something about it feels different. You can almost sense the shift in tone, like the game just revealed its unpredictable side. Because not every answer feels clean. Not every win feels solid, but they all matter. And as the category closes, the contestants take a brief mental breath. But here's the thing. The game isn't just about what's already happened. It's about what's coming next. And there's always more. Always another clue. Another opportunity. Another twist. There's plenty more jeopardy. Where that came from, the host says, with a calm smile. And he's right. Because this game doesn't just test knowledge. It tests composure, endurance, and the ability to stay sharp even when things feel uncertain. You can almost feel the next round building already, the stakes rising, the tension tightening. Because what started as a simple category has now turned into something much bigger, and you can't help to wonder who's going to take control next. The lights don't change, the stage doesn't move, but something feels different now. It's subtle but real. The contestants are no longer just playing, they're competing. Jeff adjusts his grip on the podium. That earlier mistake still lingers, but so does his determination. Jamie stands steady, riding his momentum. Donna watches both of them, quietly calculating. And this is where the game becomes psychological. Because knowledge alone isn't enough anymore. Now it's about timing, control, composure under pressure. You can almost feel the invisible clock ticking. Not on the board, but inside their minds. Every second matters. Every decision carries weight. And here's something most people don't notice. Silence is part of the game. Those brief pauses, they're not empty. They're full of thought, strategy, doubt, and sometimes opportunity. Because the player who acts at the right moment, not the fastest, not the smartest, but the most precise, that's the one who gains the edge. And right now, that edge is shifting constantly, back and forth, like a pendulum. And just when you think you know who's leading, something changes, something unexpected. Because that's the nature of Jeopardy. Predictable structure, unpredictable outcomes. And you can almost feel it building again. That next turning point. Let's slow down for a moment. Look at what just happened. Jeff started strong, but stumbled. Donna stayed steady and struck at the right time. Jamie built momentum and kept pushing forward. 3 different approaches, 3 different mindsets, and yet they're all still in the game. That's what makes this so compelling. There's no single path to winning, only decisions, moments, instincts. And here's where it gets interesting. The audience begins to pick sides. Maybe you relate to Jeff's boldness, or Donna's patience, or Jamie's confidence. And suddenly, you're not just watching anymore. You're invested, emotionally, mentally. You start asking yourself, what would I have answered? Would I have buzzed in? Would I have hesitated? That connection, that reflection, that's what keeps you hooked. But the contestants don't have the luxury of reflection. They have to keep moving, keep thinking, keep reacting, because the game doesn't pause. It never waits. And just when things feel settled, they shift again. The board may reset, but the pressure never does. Every new clue carries the weight of everything that came before. Every buzz is a risk, every answer a gamble. And here's something subtle but powerful: confidence changes how answers sound. You can hear it in the tone, in the speed, in the hesitation or lack of it. Jeff's earlier miss, it echoes in his next decision. Donna's correct answer, it strengthens her timing. Jamie's momentum, it sharpens his instincts. These are small things, but in a game like this, they're everything. And as the round continues, something else becomes clear. The gap between knowledge and execution. Because knowing the answer isn't the same as delivering it at the right moment. And that's where games are won or lost. You can almost feel another shift coming, another turning point. But when it arrives, it won't announce itself. It never does. Let's talk about pressure. Not the obvious kind, the bright lights, the cameras, but the internal pressure. The one that builds quietly, with every missed opportunity, every second of hesitation, every correct answer from someone else. It adds up, slowly, silently, until it becomes impossible to ignore. And that's where composure matters most. Because in those moments, you either stay steady or you start to slip. And the audience, they can feel it. Even without realizing it, the subtle shifts, the tiny changes in expression, the slight delay before buzzing in. These are the details that tell the real story. Not just who knows the answers, but who can handle the moment. And right now, that moment is building again. Everything leads to this feeling. Not a single question, not a single answer, but the accumulation of moments. That's what defines the game. And as the round progresses, the contestants begin to settle into something deeper than strategy. Instinct, pure, reactive instinct. No overthinking, no hesitation, just action. And that's when things get interesting. Because instinct can be powerful, but it can also be unpredictable. A brilliant answer or a costly mistake. And sometimes, they look exactly the same at first. That's the risk. That's the tension. And that's why you can't look away. Because at any second, everything can change. The lights still shine, the board still glows, but now you see it differently, because it's no longer just a game. It's a series of decisions, moments of courage, instances of doubt, and flashes of clarity. Jeff, Jamie, Donna, 3 players, 1 stage. Countless possibilities. And even though the category has ended, the story hasn't. Because there's always another clue, another round, another chance to take control. There's plenty more jeopardy, where that came from. And as those words settle in, you realize something. You're not just watching anymore. You're part of it, thinking, guessing, feeling every moment. And maybe that's the real magic of the game. Not just the answers, but the experience, the tension, the connection. So if you want to stay in that moment, if you want to keep playing along, you already know what to do. Because the next round is waiting. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.